Welcome back to Athletic Everyday, day number 163. Got a nice little upper body workout here for you today. Main focus of this workout was just to get some strength training in. I figured that since I had trained all my calisthenic skills on Tuesday and Thursday, I didn't really have enough time to get all of those in, warm up for those in, and work for those in. And I really just wanted to get some extra strength training in, to be honest, get some extra volume in from upper body. In my weighted pull-up, my weighted dip, and I also did some single arm rows at the end. So a nice short and sweet workout. I think you guys will enjoy it. I actually ended up supersetting the weighted pull-ups with the weighted dips, so as little rest in between them as possible. And I also did them on the same rig on the squat rack, so that I could literally just go straight from one into the other without too much rest. And it does, I've mentioned this in the past, and I'll carry on harking on about it because it is really cool, because it saves you so much time. When you can superset a full body, upper body compound movement with another upper body compound movement, obviously they would have to be pushing and pulling if you want to get the same performance on both. It does save you a lot of time, but then you also get an increased intensity and stimulus on the muscles in such a short space of time. So it's a great way to get a really high quality workout in, really stimulating reps, but also in not very much time. You don't need more than an hour to do this. This entire workout probably took me about maybe 45 minutes at most. I guess if you included, maybe if you include the rows at the end, it might have taken up to 50 minutes, but it didn't take more than an hour, guys. This was not a long workout at all, and it was very stimulating. I had a fantastic pump afterwards. My body felt great, and yeah, it's just very simple: pull-ups, dips, and then single arm rows. Nice and simple, plus the warm up and the mobility, but it's very simple. I think simplifying workouts like this, it really makes it easy for you to program as well. You're just trying to focus on a few things that are working towards certain goals. Obviously the dips are increasing my pushing strength for my handstand, and my handstand press, and the pull-ups are increasing my pulling strength for my muscle ups. So, although this doesn't actually seem to be particularly calisthenics-y skills focused, this is definitely going to help improve my calisthenics skills. So if I've got stronger pulling, that's going to help me get over the bar more on the muscle up. If I've got stronger pushing, that will obviously help me push a little bit more over the bar on a muscle up, but it will also help me with my handstand and my handstand press, which I'm working towards. So top set wise, I worked up to sets of 40 kilos with both. I ended up doing sets of 3 on the pull-ups and then sets of 3 to 4 on the dips with the 40 kilos. One little caveat to doing a superset like this though, although you're kind of using separate muscle groups for pushing and pulling, there are certain muscles that do get utilized in both. For example, the chest, you do use your chest to do a pull-up. You might not realize it, but your pecs do get a decent amount of activation, and I think that's the reason why I struggled to get 5 reps of 40 when I got it quite easily the other day for 6 on the dips. So it's interesting little caveat, but if you push for time, I'm happy to take the little bit of performance that you lose on the dips to save the time and get the extra work in less time. So yeah, that was pretty good, and I'm actually finding that although I haven't pushed the weight on the pull-ups with this particular grip, this neutral grip, I am finding that the lockout at the top is feeling a lot stronger. I'm able to get my shoulders to literally touch the bar quite firmly at the top every single rep. And the depth on these dips, I've never really struggled with depth on the dips. It's a fun little tongue twister there for you. I've never really struggled with it, but I have found that as my chest gets fatigued, I'll tend to want to sort of push my torso more upright and utilize a lot more pushing strength with the triceps. And I generally tend to find that I feel it more in my shoulders and my triceps when I do dips. But as of late, I've recently started to adjust the form of the dips so that I fold my torso more forwards to open my chest and get more pec activation. And so from doing so, I've noticed that I have started to feel my chest a lot more on the dips, especially the day after. You've worked the muscle, or that it's a new stimulus on the muscle when you start to feel a tiny bit of soreness on the muscle afterwards. Again, soreness isn't the goal after a workout. If anything, you should feel fresh, but if it's a new stimulus you're introducing, a good sign that stimulus is doing the right things is that there's soreness and that the muscle feels like it's, I guess you could say, been stimulated to either grow or get stronger. Just a slight change in the form from the dips has really helped me with my pushing in the dips. And it just feels a lot more secure in the bottom position as well. I don't feel like I'm having to sort of get that extra range of motion out of the shoulder. Most of that range of motion is actually coming from trying to extend my thoracic spine, trying to open up through the rib cage as much as possible to get that stretch across the pecs. And then yeah, here's the single arm rows, nice and simple. What I like to focus on the form here, I mean, the way I've actually changed it a little bit is I've inclined the bench slightly so that my front hand is a little bit more elevated to help my back have a little bit more of a positive angle. And I find that helps me to feel a little bit more on the lower lats. But that's just my experience. Anyway, that's it for me today. Here's a little rip check for you, and thank you very much for watching. Hopefully I'll be able to see you guys in the next one, and I always appreciate the views. I'll see you later.